some readings for you all today. I've been doing this every Tuesday for a while. Next Tuesday I can't because I'm on the road, but I will be back the Tuesday after. So this morning I went onto Facebook and I thought I'd just share some guidelines about doing this and why I do it and what I'm asking of the people that join, that come and hang out for the hour with me, what I'm asking of you. So I just want to say thank you to a lot of people wrote to me. A lot of people wrote to me and understood what I was trying to say. And so when you start doing things like this, you just start, right? You just start and you see what happens. And I've been doing this now for a couple of years. I've been doing this for way longer. Been doing this for a couple of years, and it's brought it and started doing it weekly last year from when I was doing it every month. And I've just noticed a few things I had to speak up about, and so I did that this morning. And I'm just grateful to be heard and grateful to do this and everything. So we'll get to it in a minute. Just before I get to that, something I felt I needed to speak to today, and I have spoken about this before, is whenever we have a thought, an idea, a want, a desire, a hope, a situation that we're working on, somewhere we want to go, or anything, a part of us goes there. And I don't mean the soul necessarily. I mean the composite of psychic energy that this all is, that you can't see. And I'm talking emotions and thought and all of that. A part of us goes there. And a part of us is supposed to go there because it kind of travels to the thought form or to the place or experience, past or future. It looks around, and ideally it's supposed to come back, right? To come back to conscious present choice and focus. However, a lot of what we do in life, we get distracted. We get completely distracted. So we have a thought, an idea, or a want. Part of us goes there and stays there, which means there's less of that composite for us for the day. And then we find we get things like, we have feelings like being scattered, distracted, focused, anxious, feeling out of our body. It all derives from that. So just a suggestion, and this is as simple as an intention, just a suggestion that from time to time, you just reach into your heart, you call into your heart, breathe into your heart, and invite those aspects that are doing other things in other realms with other thought forms at other times, and invite them to return to you. And you will feel it. You will feel that all return to you. And I suggest that you be sitting down when you do it as well. And it's weird because here we are, physical and all of that. It's weird. You think, well, how would that affect me? But it does. We are equally non-physical and intangible as we are physical and tangible. And these things affect certainly grace and certainly smoothness, and certainly enjoyment of the day-to-day experience. It's just a thought for you, okay? All right. So if you're joining me for the first time with this, just put a question in the comments box and I will go in order. I'll go in order, and that's what I'll do. So do we have anyone? Okay, we do. All right. Oh, gosh, there's quite a few on here. Hello, Renee. Hello, Marsha. Hello, Joelle. Let's start with Anjanette here. Do I see you winning your case? Okay. You know what? I'd like to get a bit more, engagement from you all if you're going to be on here waiting for your question. You see me take a breath, don't you? Why don't you take a breath as well? See every person that's asking a question as you, and the intention here is that we get you all, as many of you as unencumbered, we get these concerns and worries off your mind. That's the point of this. So as I breathe for you, you all breathe for you as well. So Anjanette. I do see you winning your case, Anjanette, and I'll say a prayer for you as well. Okay. Barbara, You got a job, it's time to look to buy a home. Wonderful. Is there a specific time frame or month that you will buy a home? Okay. You know, I'm not seeing it for a while, actually, Barbara. A couple of windows for you. I can see something in March next year. I don't see it this year. I see March next year as a possibility. You know, things come on the market then, don't they? I'm just thinking from past experience. But actually, if you don't find anything in March, I think you will. But if you don't feel like jumping on it, then I'm seeing after May. It's really not as not as pressing as it might feel. Yeah. But Barbara, congratulations on everything. I'm happy for you. Callie, thank you. Okay, Molly. Will things work out in October? You know, you've asked a kind of cryptic question there, and I obviously I can't speak to you to ask more details about it. So my answer is a little cryptic too. My answer is not as well as I would like to see. I'm seeing things here like I'm seeing it doesn't look bad, but I'm also seeing things like resentment and so on. Things are okay, but they're not great. They're not great, and I see a couple of relationships affected too. So I don't know what it's about. I'm not going to be able to get to your question if you put it in. So feel free to ask, not next week, but the week after, because I can't do next week. All right. So sorry, I can't give you happier news than that, because I'd like to. Oh, just a second. Okay. Hello, Lauren. I've got a question up here, and I'm actually gonna read on it before I say who I'm looking at. Okay. Your name is either Linda or it's Escobar. I'm not sure. I'm not going to display your question. Okay. But I'm seeing you're going to be fine. All right. I'm not going to show your question. I honor you asked it, but that will bring up stuff for other people, and I don't want the energetic interference right now. Okay. Ginny, your sister and brother-in-law are 67, raising their grandson, Max, who's almost 4. They've had him since he was 1. Why has Max always had issues getting asleep and staying asleep throughout the night. What can be done to help him? Is there any more to your question here? Oh, there is more. I'm just trying to read it. His exhausted grandparents are in need of sleep. I see. All right. Max. Max. Okay. Max. I see. Huh. Right. It's because the parents aren't around. There's a few things in this. One is that I'm seeing he's actually in a little bit of pain, physical pain. But on other levels, it's his parents aren't around, and he is, he's only 4. He's basically a new being, isn't he? Not a new soul, but a new child. And at that age, they're asking questions that they don't have words for. And he's kind of looking around and looking around and looking around. And it's that weird feeling that I think you all know, where you're feeling something that's not yours. So he's looking for something that he doesn't know what he's looking for. And he's agitated but there's nothing actually around to agitate him. So that's confusing, isn't it? On top of being in some pain, a little bit of pain in his back there. But you're asking what can be done to help him? Okay. Okay, what I'm getting, I do get that somebody can support Max. The greater the support is actually in supplements. Now that's not my area. I actually asked someone about sleep supplements the other day, so it's not my area. But I feel there's a deficiency there. Well, there's definitely a deficiency there. But he needs something that will bring him into balance. I also see the other thing is there's something environmental that will help him. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for him to sleep with the grandparents either. That's what I'm seeing. And it might sound really counterproductive because they're tired, but they could get him to sleep and then they could move him, because another physical body, and I still do this with mine, another physical body is an anchor, and he just needs help being in his body because he's kind of fighting to get out of it. So I do think he's sleeping in the right room, but I feel like something's got to be moved in there. That's the best I can. That's the best I can do, and I really need to move on now. All right, Tracy, how can you support Ty to succeed? Okay, most of the way you can support Tracy is not through action. Okay, not through doing. So he's just going to learn this year about doing things his way. He's going to learn this year about taking on too much. Now, aren't those things we all need to learn at some point anyway? He's going to learn that. Um, you can support him through prayer, through smiles, through encouragement, but also, asking. There's a certain type of question. I feel I said this before. There's a certain type of question that you one one asks a younger person. So we don't tell a younger person what to do. There's no point. we ask a younger person, if is that really what you want to do right now, and you let them come up with the answer. All right, because there's some proving of himself going on here. There's some doing things his own way, and you just got to let him do that. So a lot of the support you can do for him, Tracy, is etheric, is from the heart, is spiritual. When he comes to you and asks for something, you do it. Simple. But he'll come and ask. So that'll be simple. It's not really what you're asking here. You're asking what you don't know. So it's more of what's going on is his own lessons, his own way, you getting out the way of it, and you praying for support with that. And I don't mean praying for support. I mean gladly calling in support around him, because it's there. And you can do that. Verena. I'm seeing it next year, Verena. I don't see you moving this year, and I don't recommend it either. Facing 3 surgeries. Wow. 2 in your shoulders, 1 in your back. Do I see the best time for you getting these done? Which should you do first? He's got put off due to COVID. 2 in your shoulders, 1 in your back. Okay. I'm just sorry. You're asking an interesting question. 3. Okay. Okay. All right. I think you should have the surgery on your back first of all. It doesn't. There's not a lot in it, I've got to say, but in fact, no. I do think you should have the one on your back. That's where you're holding the most. That's where the most needs to get released from. Okay. If there is a way that you can do all of the surgeries, have all the surgeries this year, I know that's a lot, but it doesn't look great to stretch it out. Now, of course, you ask a doctor, right? But I'm just telling you what I'm seeing here. So in terms of when to have the back operation, I like October. Okay. All right. Okay. So Renee, trying to shed some friends who aren't aligned for you. It's hard. Well, new friends come in. There's no one left. There's. You're looking in the wrong. Looking in the wrong container, Renee. I'm going to try and give you an analogy here. So there's a movie. It's the second How to Train Your Dragon movie. It's so gorgeous. But anyway, the Hiccup. He meets his mother, and he draws a map of all that he knows. He just draws it in the ground, like he draws it like that. And then his mother, on the ground, draws everything she knows, and it's like about 10 times bigger. And where I'm going with that is, we tend to live in our concept of what we believe the world is and what it has for us. I had this happen earlier this year myself, and we think it's this much, but it's actually this much. And if you're looking for friends who are left, yeah, there's probably not many, but that's not where they're coming from. There's new people coming. And there's new everything coming, Renee. I mean, you've got decades left to discover that. And yeah, I'm seeing it. And so let me just spark something in you. It's not just friends coming. It's families coming. It's mentors or people with advice coming. It's people of the opposite gender coming. It is interesting how quickly that can happen when you stop holding on to what is and should have been given to God. So let what isn't working go. I know it's very easy to say that, but I'm going to say that. And thank you for your question, Sherry. You're a colossal failure at dieting. Well, that's a lot to own there. Your question makes me sad, Sherry, for a couple of reasons. Look, what would anyone say to you right now? They'd say you haven't found the system that works for you yet. Okay. And secondly, the powers that be listen to you as much as they listen to me. There's not a special club here. So I would offer to you, Sherry, to lean into your empowerment in general. Lean into your empowerment. That's where you'll find the energy for follow through. And I think that's all that's missing or diminished here. But I will look for you. And I'm not being flippant. I'm not being facetious here. I'm saying that because I care. Okay. I see you getting better at dieting. I'd like to see you getting better a bit quicker than I'm seeing it, and that's possible. Here's where I think you're going. of course. You're seeing a necessity of dieting. You're seeing restriction as a necessity of dieting. It's look to shed weight. Yes, calorific. I'm forgetting the word, but yes, one needs to eat less for a while, absolutely, but not indefinitely. And in the restriction, a part of you is fighting that, right? So you're not a failure at dieting. There's a part of you that is against restriction. So I would offer to you to make it more enjoyable, to find an exercise that you like to do, because dieting is or shifting one's shape is as much as that. Find an exercise that you like to do. Work with foods that you like to eat that are low in you know all this shit, don't you? But anyway, have an image of yourself that you want to be and become. That's what's missing. This I'm sorry to say you're a failure at dieting. I'm sorry. It's bullshit. And it's an excuse. You're locked in ways of, you're kind of stuck in ways of doing things, but please let go of this failure at thing. It's not going to help. Find an exercise that works for you. Work with different food groups and groupings, and ease up on this restriction. It is not a necessity. It's not a continual necessity of dieting. Okay. And I apologize if that came across heavy-handed. Misty, I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple of days. I miss you. Take a huge step with your current job so you can take more time with your kiddos and work towards what your real passion is. How do I see that going for you? I see it going really well. It's like I think it's something you're supposed to be doing. So it's almost like clicking into or joining a stream that's already flowing fast, waiting for you to step into it. But also, it's like a natural way. I don't know what this is. I'm looking forward to hearing about it. Actually, it's something to do with houses. Building construction in some way, but I see the love you have for that, and it's difficult to do things badly when you love to do something, you know. So yeah, it looks good, Misty. Good. Okay. Lauren, you feel hopeful about your friendship with a recent ex. He's your best friend. Will you end up together again? Yeah, I see that. Alina, if your move to Florida was the right move for you and your children. Yes, it was. Yes, it is. Yes, it was. Yes, it is. It is. Yes, it was the right move. It is the right move. Okay, Veronica on YouTube. Does Jeslyn still have feelings for me, and will you rekindle? Okay. I'm just reshuffling the cards. Really working my way through the deck here. I'm getting a yes on both of those as well, Veronica. Yeah. I wondered for a minute, because I saw feelings. I definitely saw feelings. I wondered if it was more the love of the more love of friendship there. But I guess I am seeing that. Gosh, good day for it, right? Angie. Situation you mentioned in my reading about someone giving you trouble to resurface and playing a game, so to speak, at this point in time. Can you tell me what I need to know about the situation with this person? Friendship cost you, because she's the one who gives my boss feedback. Okay. Okay. Right. You know, there are things that I go through, Angie, and people tell me, don't take it personally. It's not about you, it's about them. And I'm like, uh-huh. And yet I want to tell you that too. The person I'm looking at likes drama. There are people that like drama. It pisses me off. Really pisses me off. People like drama, and that's what that's where they get energy from. And this is one of those people. To the point of it's not really worth your while getting them on your side because they like drama. So what I would say to you, and I literally got every confirmation of this, is you keep your head down, do what you do well, do what you do and do it well. What you're being asked to do is actually bring out your masculine side, which doesn't mean be loud or gruff or aggressive. It's not that. It's about let's say it's about structure. It's about focus. It's about even about careful and intentional use of words, because a lot of words get spoken and not a lot kind of said. Leave that till later. So that's what I say to you. Keep your head down, do what you do it well, show up with focus, show up with intention, and understand that this is someone that that thrives on conflict, and so on, and you won't have that in your life for you won't have that in your life very long, because you won't. We're not supposed to have that kind of lesson any longer than we need it. Wait, did I miss something? Virginia. You mentioned, you used an interesting word there. You said soon, and I feel like there's something imminent that will somehow take a bit longer to materialize. So I'm frustrated with that answer. But let me just see, because I do see something. When things are offered to you, or opportunities are offered to you, and then somehow it just takes a while. That's what it feels like. But I'm going to look at timing here. Okay, not actually as long as I thought. I'm seeing something in September for you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Jen, I had to put your dog. Oh, I'm so sorry. Having a very hard time. Is she at peace? I'm so sorry. The animal, obviously the dog is the form is gone. The spirit is close, at peace, yet feeling your pain. All right, and so is it he or she? Don't know. She, sorry. She's still working with you, because that's what the domestic animals do. They help us move this stuff. So in a way, she still is, and still is helping you with that. Like the relationship has changed, but it's not ended. So you could help her be more at peace. Let's put it like this: the more peace you are at, the more peace she will be at. And very few things have hurt me more in my life, or have been harder than losing a pet, I must say. So all I can say to you, I can say two things to you, Jen. One is, I'm so sorry. The other is, when the tears come, let them come. Let them come. Get it out. That's one of the ways the animal is serving you, opening your heart. The more you do that, the more peace she is going to be in. Yeah. Okay, Marsha. Wondering if you see me staying in my current job for the coming school year. It's for your highest and best good, for the good of others, to stay at that job. Staying, if it's for your highest. Okay. Yes to both. It's I see you there through the end of this school year, and I do see it's in everyone's best interest, and I see you leaving after that. And all of this, by the way, in the best, what should we say, the best spirit, the best atmosphere. It's good. It's good. You're where you're supposed to be, and there'll come a point. It's time. It's clearly time to move on, and I see very little resistance around that. I see clarity around that. Everything I'd want to see. Hey. Erica. You found a place with land. Is this the right move? Okay. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Erica. Katie, considering leaving your current job, is this something that you should pursue right now or hold out for a little while longer? Okay. Oh, very clear. Look for something as soon as possible. As soon as possible. And I'm not trying to make you concerned. Actually, quite the opposite. Like, I'm seeing opportunities now. I'm seeing opportunities, and I don't think it's just you that needs to hear this, Katie. But anything we want to leave, anyone we want to leave, anywhere we want to leave, and we really know we need to do that, we're helping the people we're leaving by going to. Like there's someone that needs to replace us, or and so on. So you're not leaving anyone in the lurch, and I see good opportunities for you coming. Good opportunities for you. So, Tracy. Still having some medical issues, so I wonder if you need to see another doctor to get this resolved, or just follow your current doctor's guidance. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. It's a close call, but I'm actually going to suggest you stay the course with your current doctor and work it out with him or her. What I'm seeing is I think there's things he or she wants to do with and for you, Tracy, but he's like his hands are tied. And when you go to a professional, when you give that much, you invest so much in them, man, you want them to have both hands on the wheel, and I don't see that he or she does, which is frustrating. But I don't think you should go for new medical consultation right now. It just looks like too much. It doesn't look like it helps. It introduces interference. So stay the course, maybe ask different questions of them. And I'm sorry. You are in my thoughts, Tracy. Okay. Sarah. Custody of your son go in your favor. Yes, I do see it going in your favor. There's more in that sentence than I can unpack right now. I'd like to see it. Let me explain. I see it going in your favor. I'd like to see it going more in your favor than I see it, but I do see it going in your favor. That's the best I can explain. That's the best I can explain. But to answer your question, yes. Okay. Giovanna. Gosh, it's been a while. I hope you're well, Giovanna. The person who you were in a relationship with last year, you want more. You want more. There are obstacles. We recently made amends and could be a new start, but I feel like I just need to move on. I'm just trying to understand your question. Okay. Oh. Yeah. I see what you're saying, Giovanna. I'm going to suggest you move on, to use your words. There is the possibility for there is a window, there is a possibility for rekindling or making amends and so on, and yet you didn't say it, but it's like you were alone in that relationship, and I see that I see that would still be the case. That would still be the case. So you're talking about moving on, and I'm affirming that. Yeah. Okay, Julia. You resigned, okay, 6 long years. Wasn't a good fit anymore. An opportunity to teach at a private elementary school with a former co-teacher. Wondered if it would be a good experience for you to learn and work. Different ages, okay. Right. Interesting. You know, what you're talking about in some respects looks good, but it doesn't look good. I actually suggest you. Okay, let me put it like this. On one hand, I want to say to you, wait for something else. I feel like you're not going to do that. So this opportunity you're looking at here, this new one, it looks temporary to me. And if you're good with that, I'd say go with it. Temporary one way or the other. But it doesn't feel like a long-term thing for me. I feel like there's something else for you. But if you're very curious, very interested, I'd say think in terms of 6 months there. Okay. There's a guy interested in you come forward to open up to me about how he feels about me. Okay. Yeah, I do see that. I do. Might take a little longer than you wanted to take. But just to say, I really believe it to be a truth that when you have a strong feeling about someone, and it's not just relationship stuff, but it can be, maybe working with someone or creating with someone, not just relationship stuff. When you have a strong feeling about someone, the energy doesn't just flow in one direction; it flows both ways. And I don't mean just mean lustful stuff. I don't mean lustful stuff. I mean a real heart connection. So what I'm really trying to say is you wouldn't feel what you feel if he didn't also. So, yeah. I do, and it's looking like this year. I don't know what residency you're talking about or where, but it's looking like I get a yes, and I'm getting this year. So okay. Right. Okay. Ginger. There we go. We could be going through career change, but remaining self-employed. I think I'm going to lose a major client after 23 years. Thinking it may be time to do something else. Yes, I absolutely see that, and it looks really good. I'm actually going to show you this, Ginger. This is the spread I got for you. No, I haven't shown more cards today, but anyway, because so it goes. This is the first card, middle, and the outcome. And so if you look at the card that's judgment there, that's something new coming through. It couldn't be better personified by the Phoenix there. Ten of Pentacles. I don't think there's, maybe the Ace of Pentacles is as good a money card, but it's really those two. So, someone asked earlier on about, I think it was someone asked about friends and so on, and she said there's not many left, and there isn't much opportunity left if you're looking in the pot that doesn't have much in it. But if you're looking absolutely everywhere else, there's abundance, isn't there? There's everything's possible. So that looks great, Ginger. It's really great. So everyone take a breath with me, please. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. It's felt a lot more fluid, knowing that I'm getting clear questions from you. I feel supported in that sense. And thank you all for staying with me to the end. I sometimes I can't help but look at the numbers of people who are on with me, and I just watch the numbers just drop off as I get to near the hour point. So I super appreciate that you're taking the time with me and really staying with me tonight. Some people ask if about donations. I don't, you do what you want, but this is that's that. I'm not doing this for something in return. I'm doing this because I feel I should do this. Okay. Also, I've got this membership thing. Let me just try and do there. It's over there, Patreon. I got that, and been doing that for the last year, and I'm watching some really interesting things happen with it, like people getting to know each other, meet each other. I'm watching a grid get built, watching a community get built, and it is really quite wonderful. So I think if you were going to take a look at anything I'm doing, take a look at that. And because I do a lot on Facebook, as you know, but there are whole other levels of things I'm going to on that platform, and it's really lovely. It's really lovely. But anyway, let's just take a breath. I want to say a prayer for you all. I want to say a prayer for your families and everything that's important to you. I so appreciate your interest in my work. I appreciate your support, and I do my best to give that back. So I wish you all a great week. My love, and see you later.